Mr Abbott, do you think security police got out of hand yesterday at the protest?
I want to say that I'm very grateful to the Prime Minister and her protection detail for looking after us both so well yesterday. There was a potentially ugly situation develop very quickly, and I think by getting us both out of there as quickly as they did, the police and the protective services did a very good job.
Do you stand by your comments that it was a bipartisan anger which the two of you faced yesterday? Well,
look, I heard the catcalls from outside the building, and yes, it was directed, at least on what I could hear, against government generally, against authority generally, and I think it was very appropriate for the police to take the action they did to get us both out of there as quickly as they did.
That anger.
Well, I think I would invite people to go back and consider my remarks. I was asked a question at a doorstop yesterday morning, and I made the point that a lot's happened in 40 years, and I think we have moved on from the issues of 40 years ago, which caused the Aboriginal Tent Embassy to be set up. Now, I am proud of the steps towards reconciliation that have been achieved. I believe that the national apology, which Kevin Rudd initiated, was the great achievement of his Prime Ministership. I think it's very appropriate that we are now as a nation considering the constitutional recognition of Indigenous people, and I think any suggestion that Australia is fixated in the same place that we were in 40 years ago on this issue is just dead wrong.
There was a suggestion notice about whether your remarks are what caused it. Can you think of any other thing that was said in the public realm yesterday that might have sparked it off?
Well, my understanding is that at least some of the protest leaders now accept that they had grievously misinterpreted what I said, and I invite people to go back and listen to what I said. That is the sensible thing to do. Listen to what I said and make whatever judgment you want to.
Should the Tent Embassy continue to exist, in your opinion?
Look, I just want to remind people of what I said yesterday, which is my position. That's my position yesterday, it's my position today. I think our country has come a long way over the last 40 years when it comes to Indigenous policy, when it comes to Indigenous people. Australians today overwhelmingly are proud of the place of Aboriginal people in our society. Yes, there's a lot more to be done in terms of closing the gap with health, employment, educational, housing outcomes and all the rest of it. There is a lot of work to be done. But nevertheless, when it comes to our attitudes toward Aboriginal people, we live in a different world today to the world of 40 years ago.
Mr Abbott, do you think the embassy should be torn down?
Well, I never said that, and I don't think that.
Part of your moving on is moving the embassy physically. Would that be
well,
part
again, I never said that, and I never said what was attributed to me by some of the people at that protest yesterday. And I just ask you, please, I ask you very respectfully, judge me by what I said. Go back, look at what I said. It's on the public record. It was being broadcast by Sky News for much of the day. I think what I said was a perfectly appropriate, respectful, sensitive comment about where we are today compared to where we were 40 years ago on this issue. Now, I think we've fully dealt with this. Now, are there other issues that people would like to ask questions on?
Yeah, I've got a question.